Here's Daniel coming to his graduation. Doesn't know he's being watched. Berta, say hello. Berta.
Daniel. Hi. What's up, Mama? Say here.
Hi, guys. This is my dad's shirt.
Way to go, Doc.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Let me give these. I don't know if you guys want to hold these. We'll all meet up afterwards. Tickets to the thing. We can all meet up afterwards. You guys can Alright. I really wanted to get here early enough to go on the podium and practice the speech from there once, but I don't think we're going to.
They just opened the doors like 5 minutes ago. You're looking good, kid.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Good luck, guy.
Yes.
We'll see you inside.
Come on in.
Looks like Daniel found someone to practice with.
Past 4 years.
You're on.
This reminds me of visiting day every year of my life, how my family seemed to always come last. I feel like I'm sitting by the road in Camp Hillo, crying my eyes out. Wait, maybe they forgot. Maybe it's next. They think it's next Sunday.
They'll be here.
I don't know how to put this on.
Perfect.
Is this supposed to cover my hair? Ow! That's this right?
There's Mara. Hi there. Good, Dan's looking for you.
I know, where is he?
He's right here. Hi.
No love of profit, aspiration to glory and honor mingle with my work, for these sentiments run counter to the love of truth and the love of my fellow creatures. And so I beseech thee, pray, do not let me stray in my great work for the welfare of thy creatures. Steel and strengthen the powers of my mind and of my body.
Turn around and join me in applauding your family members.
New men and women of medicine. And this is the covenant which I make with you this day, saying, you are charged day and night to be custodians at the side of the sick at all times of their need, even from their mother's womb. And let their welfare always be your chief concern. You shall help the sick because they are sick, whether stranger or alien or citizen, whether base or honorable. And you shall seek to fathom the soul of the sick, to restore their spirit through understanding and compassion. Do not hasten to bring forth judgment, and weigh your advice on a wise balance tried in the crucible of experience. Covenant are most high unto you. They are in your mouths and hearts, that you may do them, and you will all answer, Amen, ken nase.
אחרי הרפואה בישראל, אתם ניצבים היום כולכם לפני מוריכם בדרכי הרפואה וחוקותיה. לעברכם בברית הרפואה למען תקיימו את תורתה בכל מאודכם, בשום שכל וביושר לבב. ולמען קום דור רופאים דרוכי מעש ואמוני ייעוד לעזרת האדם הדבוי. וזאת הברית אשר אנוכי קוראת אתכם היום לאמור. על משמרתכם הופקדתם יומם ולילה, לעמוד לימין החולה במצוקתו בכל עת ובכל שעה. והשכלתם להבין לנפש החולה לשובב את רוחו בדרכי תבונות ובאהבת אנוש. אל תמהרו להוציא משפט, ושקלתם את עצתכם באוזני החוכמה הצרופה בחור הניסיון. שמרו אמונים לאדם שהאמין בכם, אל תגלו סודו ואל תלכו רכים. יחכם לבבכם גם לבריאות הרבים, להעלות ארוכה למטבי העם. תנו כבוד ועיקר לרבותיכם שנחלצו להנחותכם במעגלי הרפואה, וממנה תוצאות חיים. היזהרו בכבוד חבריכם, כי בכבודם הם תכובדו גם אתם. דברי הברית האלה קרובים אליכם מאוד, בפיכם ובלבבכם לעשותם, ועניתם כולכם אמן, אמן כן נעשה. יהי רצון שיזכה פועלכם להאדרת מורשת הרפואה.
Eddie Lopez. That I call upon the representative of the graduating class of the New York State American Program, Dr. Daniel Miller.
Good evening. I was reading some speech-giving tips on the website before I got here, and one suggestion was to help with nerves, the speaker should try and picture the audience naked. But I have some close family friends and members of my family here tonight, so I think please forgive me if I seem a bit nervous. Enchantment, Professor Leviton, Professor Lichtenberg, Mrs. Warner, Mrs. Cannell, parents, grandparents, family, friends, and fellow graduates. Today is truly an amazing day. To start, we are graduating from medical school, and I would like to emphasize we. We made it, congratulations. We are no longer Misters and Mrs. We are now doctors. When I first sat down to write this speech, two things kept crossing my mind. One, what a privilege it is to have been chosen to represent my class as a speaker here today. I am honored. So thank you. 2, what the heck am I going to say? Some people might be expecting a funny speech, or some even a serious speech. Perhaps being one of the older members of the class, with the obvious exception of Imran. Maybe I'm expected to impart some brilliant wisdom. I therefore attempted to address both of these issues by simply writing as if I were speaking to my classmates. Today, this day, is the culmination of many yesterdays. Many of us began this journey as idealists. We wanted to become doctors for all the right reasons, reasons which no one could ever refute. In addition to the MD license plate, we wanted to help people to stop suffering and to cure diseases. We wanted to be members of that elite club that had wealth, respect, and admiration that often accompanies being a doctor. We wanted to make our mark and be that hero portrayed on television, the one who touches and forever changes people's lives, the hero who saves lives. But then, at some point along the way, each of us was hit with reality. Each of us had that moment when we began to doubt this long and hard road we chose. Perhaps it was upon realizing that we cannot always help our patients. Maybe we cannot always cure the disease or stop the suffering. Some of us began to recognize that we may not even pull in $1 million a year doing what we love. And of course, we were all hit hard with the inevitable when we lost our first patient. But we supported and encouraged each other, we stayed the course through the rough spots, and we are all here today wearing caps and gowns and holding diplomas. We will never forget the very first day that we started classes. Holding our new notebooks, we all followed the Schlesach Auditorium sign, nervous about cell physiology, and meeting many of our classmates for the very first time. That first year was overwhelming, to say the least. New areas of study were thrown at us at once, and we had to learn to manage our time appropriately. Anatomy seems to define much of first year. The endless hours in the lab, the smell, the brilliant yet tasteful mnemonics, and of course, the infamous anatomy buckets. We never thought we'd get through it all, but within a brief few months, we had learned our way around the lab, developed a tolerance to the smell, attuned our ears to the Russian accent in order to, look here please, and adjusted to words like trachea, diaphragm, and pneumonia. We all looked forward to second year. We couldn't wait to start learning real medicine, or at least things that were relevant to medicine. Unfortunately, as luck would have it, we were blindsided with a class called Intro to Med. But looking back, we were very lucky to have an amazing pathology teacher from whom we benefit every single day. I'll also never forget one of our classmates walking into the histology labs at 11 p.m. the night before our path practical exam with a cigarette in his mouth and a Red Bull in his hand saying, "All right, teach me everything I have to know." Getting into the hospitals and learning physical diagnosis was also a very big step. We felt so cool walking around with our white coats and stethoscopes. Thinking we were on an ER, we kept screaming, "Get me a CBC in 10 seconds, stat!" Until one of the doctors pushed back and asked if we even knew what a Chem 7 was. Blood taking was our first hands-on invasive skill that we were taught. Butterfly syringes, needles and gloves, tourniquets and alcohol swabs. I think we lost patient confidence somewhere around our 5th trip back to the supply car. Then came the clinical years. Third year at Sackler is really what set us apart and where we gained our advantage. In addition to finally being able to apply the knowledge and skill we had acquired, we learned directly from and alongside professors of the ward and doctors with years of clinical experience. I remember my first patient in internal medicine. I was told only her name and room number, but after a thorough history taking and physical exam, I was sure of my diagnosis. I was so excited. I remember running into my patient's room with a big smile saying, "Ma'am, you have congestive heart failure." To be fair, fair, I also walked out of her room with her granddaughter's phone number and an invitation for Shabbat meal. Being back in the U.S., the first half of fourth year brought new experiences. I have to wear what? We had completely forgotten about things like ties, shoes, shirts with collars. I think a lot of us decided on surgical electives simply so we can wear scrubs to work. But fourth year electives was also our time to shine. Our time to prove to ourselves and to others that we knew our stuff. And while at first we were intimidated by some of the hospital terminology, we realized how well third year had really prepared us with a fantastic medical foundation. The second half of fourth year also brought some new challenges. Personally, I was riddled with which SPF to use on a daily basis. Questions like, should I sit by the pool or is today a beach day, caused me such inner turmoil that I required weekly massages. But now, with graduation and our time here coming to an end, we can finally relax. Many things have changed since that first day. Those new notebooks are now filled with colorful drawings and doodles. The Schleswig sign is mysteriously missing. And we are now 100% proficient in cell physiology. Also, it is nice to finally see our whole class together again in the lecture hall. On match night, Professor Shankman referred to our class as special. And I couldn't agree with him more. As a matter of fact, when I asked classmates to describe our class, each person played a variation of that same thing. We are simply unique. We are each individuals with different stories and diverse backgrounds. Even within our small class, we have a chiropractor, an EMT, an investment banker, a professional Scrabble player, a clinical psychologist, a Moldovan, an opera singer, an accountant, and even a Jewish naval officer. I should also mention, now's probably a good time to mention that we have a very nice, young, handsome Canadian man who's looking for a doctor. Faced with some challenges, and let's face it, we've had our share of disagreements, both personal and communal. However, when it comes to supporting each other and encouraging others to push on, we are second to none. Benjamin Franklin said it perfectly. We must all hang together, or surely we will all hang separately. Not once did a classmate of mine fail to offer his or her help to another classmate in need. Whether this help was going over a specific subject for a test, or coming to jumpstart a car at 1 o'clock in the morning. We each helped each other get by, and when the times got rough, we stuck by each other. Each of us had that glowing ability to make somebody feel special. For those times that we forgot to use this ability, it spelled disaster. However, for all those times that we did, it really was something special, and something that I am proud to be part of forever. So today is truly an amazing day. Not only are we doctors, but we have the privilege of graduating here in Tel Aviv, Israel. Regardless of where we came from, we all have come to love and appreciate Israel, and specifically Tel Aviv. We have become familiar with its nuances and made it our home. We have interpreted the seemingly universal response for directions, Yashar Yashar ad asov Smola, straight until the end, then left, and learned to navigate its narrow, one-way, taxi-only streets. We have mastered its ancient and holy language by answering the question, Hayim atam medaber ivrit? Do you speak Hebrew? With the ever-enthusiastic, Ken, ani paro. Yes, I'm a pencil. We have enjoyed its oil-soaked shawarma, only to later enjoy Superfarm's assorted fruit-flavored tongues. And we have become regulars on the Tel Aviv night scene and have supported its titanic economy on an almost nightly basis. Clearly, we have adopted its culture and become one with its people. Hold on a second. Phone's Now, with the medical school chapter of our lives coming to an end and a new chapter rapidly approaching, we cannot help but think about change. We look back on many of the changes that have occurred since we first embarked on our Sackler journey. Some of us have gotten engaged, some have even followed through to marriage. Some of us have had children, and some of us have even admitted to these children. Some of us have formed strong relationships with friends and family, while some have broken off relationships. Some of us have also unfortunately suffered the loss of loved ones. I would like to take this opportunity to mention two of these tragic losses. Joseph Robinzada, Zefrona the Bracha, father of fellow graduate Fred Robinzada, who was taken from us during first year, and my father, Shelley Miller, Areni Kapars Mishkavo, who was taken from us just 5 months ago today. Both were taken from us suddenly, and we miss them dearly. Together with all the other parents sitting here, they were instrumental in getting us here today, and it's in their memories that I dedicate this speech. Class of 2006 are privileged to share this day with many people that help make it possible. Many of those people are here tonight. Firstly, we would each like to thank our parents, grandparents, family, and friends for all the support you have given us over the past 4 years. We cannot thank you enough. You have stuck by us through the pre-med process, the application process, the long hours and hectic schedule of medical school, and of course the many miles of separation. We can only hope that you continue to stick by us in the future of loan payback years. Many of us would also like to thank family and friends who reside here in Israel. For the past 4 years, you have taken us in and made us feel welcome in your homes. Whether for holidays, Shabbat meals, or even just to do a load of laundry, we could never have made it here without you. Thank you. We would also like to thank the office staff, Ziva Gali, Barbara Anat, Irena, and of course, Esti. You have essentially acted as our foster parents since the moment we arrived. You have always been there with us through the good and the bad and to help us with any type of problem. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., Sunday through Thursday, not including Wednesday, you have always been there for us. We would also like to thank Marsha Warner and the New York office staff for their work of always keeping at us and making the formal processes easier to manage. Our professors and teachers also deserve a special thank you for putting in that extra time and effort, explaining things to us, and often even making it fun for us to learn. Thank you. Finally, I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to thank Burgers Bar for sustaining us over the past 4 years with its delicious array of spices and sauces. I love you. So today, indeed, is a truly amazing day. Despite our coming to Sackler with our distinct histories, we are all leaving as medical doctors. Over the past 4 years, we have shared our lives and ourselves with each other. United in our experience and our quests to become the best doctors we could be, we have evolved and grown together. And yet, even as we approach the end of this time together, we have each kept our sense of self and maintained our individuality. This is our special achievement, and it is with this quality that we will be the greatest assets to our residency programs, hospitals, and of course to our patients. Our ability to work with a team and as a team, while never losing our sense of self and compromising our ability to think as individuals. Once again, to my classmates and my friends, the class of 2006, congratulations. invite fellow graduate Dr. Phil Levy to present the Teacher of the Year Award on behalf of our class.
Choosing the Teacher of the Year was not an easy task. So we came up with 5 criteria that make a teacher the Teacher of the Year. Number 5, they can't get upset when only 3 or 4 students show up to class. Number 4, they have to have repeats on their exams. Number 3, they need to speak English. Number 2, their exam questions must have the format, true or false. Pick the choice that is the most not incorrect of all of the above. And the number one thing that makes a teacher the Teacher of the Year, they have to be passionate about teaching. Dr. Edna Oppenheimer not only fulfilled these 5 criteria, but she personifies what a truly exceptional teacher should be. As she always says, teaching is my middle name. Dr. Oppenheimer teaches pharmacology, the study of drugs and their interactions, in our 2nd year of medical school. Anyone can stand up and lecture a class about why drugs are bad, but it takes someone with first-hand knowledge to be able to teach why some drugs are good. Dr. Oppenheimer has the ability to take complex concepts, simplify them, and make them stick in our minds. She did not teach using mnemonics or flying PowerPoint slides. She kept it simple and entertaining with her piece of chalk, a blackboard, and pharmacology. Dr. Oppenheimer received her Bachelor of Science, her Master's, and her PhD in Organic Chemistry from the Hebrew University in Jerusalem. She has been teaching at Sackler for over 32 years. She joined the faculty of the New York American program in 1980 and became the course coordinator of the pharmacology course in 1993 and currently serves in that role. Most importantly, she serves as the preclinical advisor and as a liaison between the administration and the students. She has also been instrumental in helping develop the Well-Being Committee, a student, faculty, administration-run organization that promotes life outside of academics. Dr. Oppenheimer, the number one reason why you are the Teacher of the Year is because you really cared about us, your students. You once told me during a 15-minute break